From YMSL Studios, welcome to the Dashless Report Week 4 review. I'm your host, Bobby Morabia, with NRJ from Alley-Oop and Douglas Dweck from the Cheeseheads. And guys, this week was another exciting week in YMSL. A couple of big streaks ended, and a couple of streaks are continuing. And right now we got to start off right off the bat with Alley-Oop's 6-game winning streak came to an end, and Norman, give us a little update what exactly happened there.
Well, basically, Bob, we came in the game 6-0, as you know, and everyone is feeling good. But like we've been saying on the show all year, our bats have not woken up yet, and that was the case. Jeffrey Saka was very strong in Game 1. He was throwing as hard as I could ever remember him throwing. He was very, very strong, mowing down our order, and we were not crisp at all in the field. All year, every play has been made. You know, but all of a sudden we had errors and a couple of balls off gloves, and we were just a little sluggish, and they stomped all over us. You know, they out-hit us, they outfielded us, and they were ready, and they wanted it more, and it showed.
Yeah, that was Game 1, was not a close game, 9-3, I believe the final score was, but a different story in Game 2, obviously.
Well, Game 2 started off the way Game 1 ended. It was slow, we didn't look good. We were actually down 2-1 in the third inning. And then Allie came up with a man on first, and this is what you need from a leader on your team, from the captain of your team. He hit a ball to the moon, to the opposite field, to right field, a 2-run homer to put us up 3-2. And I was sitting with a couple of people on the bench, and we all said, I have a feeling now we're going to score 10, 11 runs. And sure enough, we did. David Harari had a monster game in Game 2. 2 triples, one of them with
He's been
the
quiet
bases
all
loaded.
year.
He's been quiet, but he woke up. And then once Allie hit that home run, our offense woke up. And we beat him 14-2 or something like that.
14-2.
Off of Saka?
Jeffrey Saka got hit hard that second game. And you guys came away, so you started another streak, and I guess it's better to win the second game. And
Definitely. I wouldn't want to play the way we played Game 1. I wouldn't want that in Game 2 and go into an off week. Some notes from the game were Norman Gaz, 4 for 4 in Game 2. This guy never gets out.
He doesn't even bat.
I don't know. He bats. I think last year he only had 1 at bat all of last year.
He went 4 for 4.
I don't know who the captain was.
Game 2, I have no
last
idea.
year, but how he could not bat every game. I mean, we all said it also. We got to find him more at bats because this guy never gets out. Another note.
He had a big hit against us when we played him.
All year he's been great.
Yeah.
Another note. Albert Jemal on their team had an unbelievable day offensively.
Oh, yeah.
Hit a long home run. Bases. He had a grand slam actually. The way Game 1, just to show how interesting baseball is, Jack Abadi was on second base in a game that was like tied or a 1-0 game, and someone hit a base hit, and Jack Abadi was held at third base. If he had gone, which he was screaming at Chucky for holding him up, if he had gone, he would have been out at the plate, the inning would have been over. But what happened was he got held at third, and he was bitching about it that he was held at third. Jeffrey Saka up next walked, and then Albert Jemal hit a grand slam, and then the floodgates opened. You know,
that
like
was
a
Game
decision
1, right?
like that was Game 1. But back to Albert Jemal, and I don't want to ramble, but he had a great day offensively, but there's a lot of turmoil between Jeffrey Saka and Albert Jemal.
Really?
Yes.
What's that? For what?
Yes. Albert Jemal did not want to listen to Jeffrey Saka on positioning, and they had a full-fledged argument from the pitcher's mound
to left field.
Wow. Screaming, and Jeffrey telling him, you know, move to the line or this, that, and Albert saying, I'm fine, I'm good where I am, and Jeffrey erupted saying, I know where I'm pitching this guy, I've been in the league 40 years,
I'll tell you
you're here 1 year, who are you, you move over, you know?
Wow.
The week before we played them, Jeffrey moved him over to the line because I hit a couple of balls foul.
Right.
And then the next pitch I hit into the gap between him and the center field.
But Jeffrey
so
knows...
maybe that's something to do with him not wanting to listen to him anymore.
But maybe. Okay, interesting. But Jeffrey knows where he's trying to pitch him. If he's trying to go inside, outside.
So what ended up happening in that at bat?
They beat the crap out of each other. It was Nathan Towle. I think he went to right field anyway, so it didn't matter. But either way...
hopefully if Albert Jemal's watching, maybe he can call in and give us his version of that. And,
I hope so.
Jeffrey Saka, because...
last thing, I can't let the game go without mentioning Chucky Abadi at the plate. I don't know what his stats were, but he hit at least 2 shots over our left fielder's head.
He never makes out. He never makes
deep.
out. How we slot him in the 12th round, I have no idea.
I don't know, but if he was 40 years younger, that would be a home run instead of a triple. But it's amazing how well he's
in
hitting.
the history.
Yeah.
He's so you guys came away with a split, and you're now 7-1, tied with Insane. And on the other end of the spectrum is Douglas Dweck's Cheeseheads organization. And one thing that is consistent with your team is turmoil every single week, and this week was no exception. Disastrous week against Rip It and Grip It, to say the least, over at Meadowbrook.
Rip It and Grip It.
Rip It and Grip It.
Pathetic.
You're worried about which game you win. If you win the first game, if you win the second game, which is the better one to win? I'll win any of them.
Right.
He's complaining about which one he wins. But this was a mess. The entire day was pretty much a mess. We were never in any of the games. To tell you the truth, I don't even know the final scores of each of the games. I just know we lost pretty bad both of the games. But everybody on the team hit. I don't know how that team is 1-5, and I said it to most of the guys as they were running past me.
Right.
You know, I mentioned it to them, but they're just a very good team. You know, AB Saka pitch well, but Michael Rishley never made out. Lior and Svi were, okay, but they have Stephen Batesh hit well. Jordy, Gabe Abadi, these guys don't make out.
Yeah,
they're
Jordy,
very fast.
Yeah.
Everything's a double or a triple, and they're just...
And AB Saka pitched brilliantly.
He pitched good, and he had a lot of hits also.
Yeah, it was.
So,
I caught a few of the innings of that game, and I saw some missiles coming off the bat.
Yeah, they were just, killing the ball.
But why don't we talk about the more important subject? Seemed to be a little turmoil there. Ike Mavor walked off the mound and refused to pitch. Why don't you elaborate on that?
So the second game, 8-2. We're down. Actually, in the first game, he walked Papa Schulman. That was a big turning point in the first game. There were 2 walks back to back. One was to Papa Schulman, and then Gabe Abadi got a home run. A couple of errors and stuff, but a home run. So that was pretty much the turning point of that first game. So,
He only has 5 minutes.
All right. We have to cut you short. Our producers were able to track down Albert Jemal, and let's see what he has to say on this situation. Albert, you're on the air.
Hey guys, how are you?
You tell us.
Alright, so, I watched and watched. I knew I hit well enough to finally get my name mentioned on the air, which is what I'm doing here. And that makes me feel good, so I stayed home and listened to the show. But NRJ brings up something that did occur, and there was a little bit of a, machlokes going on between the pitcher and the left fielder. But Chucky put me in line, and you won't be seeing any of that out of me anymore. But, it wasn't a blowout, it was a tense moment, it wasn't much of a brawl, we didn't really have it out. Jeffrey kind of got a little ticked, and I wasn't exactly doing exactly what he said, but we worked it out, and we're all friends.
Oh, okay. Well, we thank you for calling in, but what ended up happening? Was he right, or did you the ball didn't come your way anyway?
No, it didn't come my way. Like Norman said, it was Nathan. He took it the other way anyways. I thought he was going after Nathan Matudo all day because Nathan was getting abused by Harari and Ali Marshall, and Nathan Tower hit it at him. And I didn't really think he was going to take it down the line, and he didn't. It doesn't mean anything because, you know what, the bottom line is, I'm a rookie here, and I can't stress that enough because you guys know how to make that really clear. and I'm just going to go with the flow. But it was, I think it was at that point, it was about 9-2 or something like that, and it was like a depressing second half of the day. So usually the tempers flare when things aren't really going, the right way.
Okay, but now you're all...
I actually walked up to him in between the innings and we sorted it out. But it really, it's nice for the drama, but it's not anything like Norman tried to do.
All right, well, we're about ratings on this show, so...
I can imagine.
All right. Sorry, thank you for calling in.
Over 3 million viewers.
Yes.
Right.
All right, Albert, thank you.
Good night, guys.
Well, you got your damage control right there. Obviously,
He did the proper thing, and Chucky, being the veteran manager that he is,
Probably told him to call in.
cooler heads prevailed. So all right, so that's good.
Yeah.
Back to your Ike
back to my
Mavor.
second game. So we're down 8-2. In the second game, Ike comes over to me. I'm standing at first base, and he comes over to me.
Can't hear you.
Comes over to me, hands me the ball. I said, "What's this all about?" He goes, "Take it from here." I go to the mound. I start getting ready to warm up, and I get surrounded by all the Brooklyn boys. I got Jimmy Malach, Stephen Gindi, Jack Harari, all like hoods, behind me. What are you doing? They start like pushing me a little bit. What are you doing?
Like the Bloods
I
and the
said,
Crips.
what am I doing? He handed me the ball. We're leaving. If you start and you throw a pitch, we're out of here. We're leaving.
Wow. I'd like to
What am I supposed to do?
I'd like to know why they talking to you, not to Mavora, about quitting. Why did they?
I don't know. They
Why
told
did
me
they
hand
say
them the ball.
anything to him?
They said, then they turned around and they started yelling, Ike, what are you doing? And he goes, that's it, I'm done. So
It
I
sounds
went
like they were threatening
Yeah.
you, but pleading with him to please come back and pitch.
So I went to Ike and was standing at first base. I went to Ike. I said, here you go. So he goes, what do you mean? I said, they're not letting me pitch. He took the ball. We gave up another 3-4 runs. He was pissed off. And then after the inning, he told me, if I ever give you the ball, never give it back to me.
Was he pitching well, or was the defense bad? What was going on?
I thought he pitched well. I didn't think he was, except for the walk to the old man Schulman in the first game. I thought he pitched okay. I didn't see anything that he was. Wasn't walking.
One of the scores was 14-6. I mean, you tell me that was errors.
I think he was
errors
upset. Yeah, I think he was upset because there was some errors being made. All over the field. There was some
There was
shots.
a
but
lot
there
of
was
shots I saw.
There was some errors.
So.
I wonder.
So-
I know we're having the press conference soon for the.
Yeah, actually,
All-Stars.
we should mention. We forgot to mention before the top of the show that we are awaiting word from our producers about the press conference to announce the All-Stars for the under 25, over 25, and we're gonna go live as soon as they give us a signal.
I
So
wonder
let
if
me,
the committee took into consideration that Mavora. I don't know if he's All-Star this year or not.
We'll
but
find out.
I wonder if they
Yeah.
took into consideration that he walked off
So,
the field
I'll tell you
with
that-
his
that-
team.
the end-
down 8-2.
The end of the
Maybe
story.
he'll get it as a first baseman. Since that's where he went.
Right. So the end of the story is we give up a couple of runs. He hands me the ball again. Now I go on the mound and no one's surrounding me. I get on the mound. First pitch, 1 out. Second pitch, 2 outs. 2 more pitches, end of the inning. I pitched to the minimum 3 guys. Next inning, the same thing. 3 guys, 3 up, 3 down. 1 got a hit, but he got thrown out at second. So I turned around to these
Okay,
3
we don't
guys.
need- we don't need
turned
the
around to
play-by-play.
3 guys, and I told them, you still want to quit?
Yeah.
You still want to quit? And then they were over.
Anyway, the most
But anyway,
important
we lost-
part of
we
this
lost both games.
is that 3 and 5.
Yes.
They lost 2 to Grip It and Rip It.
That's a good team, that Grip It and Rip It team, I still say.
They're good. They're one
They're a
fine
good team.
kids.
Maybe
but-
you're just a
Yeah,
bad
exactly.
team.
No, they're a
Maybe
good
you're
team.
just
They're
the
a
right
good-
cure for
they're a
every.
good team.
Right.
They're good. You heard from Marks about we're a great team.
Right.
He said we're a great team. Mark
Okay,
can't be wrong.
the next matchup, which I had caught a lot of this game, was Tiger Blood versus the Serial Killers. Tiger Blood. This
Previously
is the feature game
winless, a
at
winless
Memorial
team,
One.
winless.
0-6 Tiger Blood versus the 4-2 Serial Killers. And I will say one thing about Eddie Michon's team. At 0-6, they are still together, and nobody gets down on each other, and they battle, and I never see a close a bunch of guys. And they started out down 4-0 early, and it looked like here we go all over again. I think the play that probably saved them, made their whole season. It was 3-0, bases loaded, nobody out, and for
Other team.
Serial
Serial.
Killers. And they hit a shot to third base. Daniel Tao has been playing outstanding third. Stepped on third, threw home, tagged the guy out at home.
Nice.
Next guy popped up. They got out of the inning without further damage.
Wow. Really?
They battled back 4-1, 4-2, 4-3. They tied it up 4-4. And by the way, you can catch the highlights of this game on the YMSL Network. The recap of this, really, and winning on a walk-off sac fly by Robert Braha, and they were elated. So-
Bobby, we actually, Doug and I each predicted that Tiger Blood would get a win.
A win,
We didn't
one win.
predict both.
No.
We thought they'd get a win. I
To
believe
pick
you
a
said-
sweep of stuff
yeah.
there. I could just pick a sweep.
But basically, I've been saying it from when I played them in week 2 that they're better than their record was. For some reason, some guys on that team took that as an insult. It was a compliment that they were better than 0-4 or 0-6 or whatever it was.
Right.
They almost beat Insane.
Yeah.
They got crazy unlucky not to lose that game. They're a good team. They're 2-6 now, huge to sweep. I think
And
they're a
we play them
playoff
next.
team with the way you guys are
Look,
playing.
we
And-
play them next, and I really wanted them to be 1-7, 0-8, and have this season done with by the time we played them. So
All right.
now they're looking to pass us in the standings.
We got a call coming in. Victor from Ocean Township. Victor, you're on the air.
You have to turn down your radio.
your caller. Turn down your radio, please.
You know what, Bob?
we don't have
Call
time
us, you
for
gotta. I think we have Ike from Brooklyn.
Ike from Brooklyn, you're on the air. Ike from Brooklyn, you're on the air.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
All right.
Speak up, caller.
What's on your mind, Ike from Brooklyn?
First of all, I'd like to compliment NRJ on his very good analysis of his own games. He's right on the money. He's got his stats and his stacks and everything lined up. I don't know how the heck you let Doug sit there because the guy has no idea what goes on in the game. How could you say that we were never in the game? It was 4-2 in the 6th inning, Doug. I mean, were you there?
I don't think we were in the game.
I don't get it. Seriously. And then when I walked over to you and I gave you the ball, what did you tell me?
Which time? Which time? When you gave me the ball the first time or the second time?
I said, it doesn't pay. What's going on over here? And you go, the truth is, I don't blame you.
That's what I said.
You say this nonsense?
No, I didn't say that. I said I agree with that.
Bobby, open up. Get me away from this guy already.
Should we extend the trade deadline, or we just trade Douglas maybe and put him on unconditional release?
I don't know. But seriously, Doug, come on. Wake up, man.
Wow. This is.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, there's been tension on this team since day one, and it's amazing when you win 3 games in a row. They're all lovey-dovey, and you get swept, and it's back to pointing fingers, and anyway, you guys have a big week this week against Tiger Blood, so they're coming in high off a sweep. So
I got a question for you. How is your fielding? Are you pitching poorly, or is your fielding not up to par?
Game 1, look, Doug is sitting right there. I don't know what he's the analyst. He's supposed to be analyzing the game. But game 1, we gave up 4 runs in 1 inning on a, whatever. I mean, it was bases loaded, 1 out, and whatever. Jared tried to make a diving catch, and maybe he just should have let it bounce and played into a single and let a run score. Okay, he tried to save the runs and ended up getting by him for a triple.
Right.
Okay, but even after that, it was 4-2, and we ran into so many base running mistakes that ran into rallies, and then when they put up those last 2 runs, they see Doug doesn't have his back straight. He's calling Gabe's home run when it was with the bases loaded situation. Gabe's home run was a tack on at the end of the game to make it 6-2. I mean, I don't even know if you were there. Doug,
No, that's what put it out of hand.
All right, Ike, thanks for the call, and we look forward to seeing you Sunday against Tiger Blood. We got to go to the next call. Victor from Ocean Township.
Hello?
Victor from Ocean Township, you're on the air.
With the Jesus, how are you?
Victor, how are you?
It's doing Vic.
I'm doing okay. The roofie was in the house, is what I want to say. And to me, it sounds like Ike might be the captain of this team and not Douglas. Sounds a little like every decision is according to Ike Mavora, not Douglas.
Well, is that a good thing for your team or a bad thing? Is Ike a better captain or?
It'd be a bad thing because...
Well, rumor has it you've been making out the lineups the last couple of games. What do you have to say?
I've been making the lineups, and they're very good lineups. The only problem is with my lineup is that it's not going through the captain. It's going through Ike Mavora himself.
So.
And he doesn't seem to like it.
All right, thanks for calling in. Anyway, Bobby, it's clear that we have. We're wasting too much time on this joke of a team,
Go ahead.
but it's a joke. It's a joke.
It's the same soap opera every week. On the bright side, Jared Schulman, big week this week.
Yeah, he's playing great, hitting great.
Yeah, hitting great. And,
keeps hitting it over the right field on another team.
Your team is a mess.
And honestly, I'd be nervous if I was you playing Tiger Blood because they're coming in, they're confident as anything with those 2 victories.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later. Once again, producers are telling us the press conference, public radio, it's be starting short. Okay, in 2 minutes. And,
2 minutes.
Thankfully, you're not the only team in turmoil.
Yeah.
Because not only...
Thank God for Saban.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say is thank God for Saban.
And Saban has announced that there's another contest to change his name once again. Apparently, Watch Out is not working. So,
How about give up?
Give up.
Our viewers, if you come up with any name, Saban is more than willing.
Bobby,
we'll get to that in a second. But
it was interesting to note that the league officially changed his name. I didn't know that was legal mid-year.
I never saw that.
And
he went through all the proper channels, and we got our lawyers to draw up all the documents. But now we'll have to see, if we can do it again, which we'll have to figure out that. But we'll get to that in a second. Mark from Brooklyn, you're on the line.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing, Bobby? Hey, Doug, what's going on, guys?
What's going on?
How's everything?
All right, boys. So before I get started, I just want to let you guys know you're not having a session with the chief. I just want to lay that all over.
All right, good.
All right, now, so just want to let you know this week was a little bit rough. The insane organization obviously played a hell of defense this year. Doug, stop laughing so much. I believe Doug, I'm sorry, NRJ was facing the team this week, are we?
NRJ, what?
What is going on?
We're facing here this week, are we, NRJ?
You playing the Dodgers? Yes, the Dodgers are playing alley-oop, correct.
What are you guys expecting out of that? What do you think of those guys?
Cooler, we're not up to that portion of the show. Let's go.
The guy came he woke up 9:50. I want to bang him up about this time. Oh.
Bobby, come on. We got games to recap here. We got things to do. He's screaming about the cheeseheads again.
Okay. All right, let's get back to Saban's team over here. This team is in a major disaster situation over here. And again, they played without David Farker this week, but they could have had Maris and Mantle. I don't think
they had players on the other team playing for them.
Yeah. Actually, ironically, the first game it was a blowout at the beginning, 7-1. They battled back. They lost 7-6 with a tying run on base. And
this is against Unfinished Business.
Unfinished Business, Maurice Haber, which so that first game, and then the second game was not even close. But now they're 1-7, and honestly, I don't know what this team's going to do.
I don't think they can make the playoffs at this point. They're going to have to pass a bunch of teams. I mean, they're within shouting distance, but.
Oh, there's plenty of shouting going on.
Right, but no, I think this team now is going to just spiral out of control if it didn't already. I don't think they have the personnel on that team to be able to get it together and put a winning streak together. Yeah. Moses actually played his first inning at first base since 1942.
Well, actually, there's a little tidbit we should mention. There was a trivia. Who's the oldest pinch runner in the YMSL 35-year history?
Yeah, who?
Moses walked on 4 pitches because he had orders not to swing. He walked, and none other than Steve Kornman pinch ran for Moses.
Steve Kornman, by the way, was up for the game. He was up as the go-ahead run with the tying run in scoring position. Both Kornman and Moses batted this week. They were very, short-staffed. But Steve Kornman actually had a chance to tie the game and lined out to third base. You'll see those highlights on YMSL website.
And once again, the number is 732-531-5959 or 531-5960 for all your calls. I see the phone lines are lighting up once again. But once again, Saban, now in the bottom of the barrel now, 1-7. And, we'll go over the schedule later on.
Obviously, Saban will regret the draft day when he went all bats and didn't.
We like that team. We all like that team after the draft.
We all liked it. We all liked it. But we all said we're in agreement on one thing, and that was Moses. And really, he might be the biggest time bomb out of all those guys there.
Yeah.
He's just
and we said he didn't have depth. If he was missing guys,
nagging this year also. Yeah. Now, Unfinished Business is 6-2 behind 2 7-1 teams. Now they played Insane one time and they beat them. So if they end up tied, they have a tiebreaker over an Insane.
Right. Have they played you?
And they haven't played me, but we only play them one time. They play the 2 top teams only once. Yeah. They get the benefit of this unbalanced schedule. They only play the top teams
We should mention that Unfinished Business this week will be playing without Steve Azer. So Maurice Haber is going to be pitching this week. So, that's going to be something to look at very closely against the serial killers. And, the standings could still drastically change. It's a very strange standings, very top heavy. There's a lot of teams under 500, probably.
I think some teams already clinched playoff spots. Alley-oop, Insane, probably clinched already.
Probably, but you're going to see a couple of under 500 teams, I think, get the final spots.
Right.
So, the other game, which was at the final game, which was at Fireman's East, was a classic game. Insane. Coming in 5-1 versus the Dodgers at 4-2, and you look at it on paper, Ike Deed versus Leo Casson. You'd think, sweep all the way. I forgot what we predicted, but it goes to show you have a team behind you, you can put anybody there that's with defense, and Leo Casson pitched brilliant. Won the first game. The first game was not that close, but the second game was 3-2, a classic game. And Insane, once again, they don't make any mistakes. And 7-1, they're just...
You look at Insane and alley-oop with 2 rookie pitchers. Maxi D, Leo Katzen, each one is 7-1. I mean, that's awesome.
Insane, like we said last time, until this week, they had a very good record, but they had a very easy schedule also. This game shows me that they're really a strong team, could be the strongest team in the league this year, because they took the Dodgers, Ike Edid, and they swept. And this is a very, very impressive week for me to see that. You know, I thought it would be a split for sure. But this is a statement week for the Insane, I think.
And you'll see the highlights of this, the recap on the YMSL Network. The second game ended incredibly, a line drive double play to end the game, but it was unbelievable. Mo Shamma made a great play. You'll catch that only exclusively on the YMSL Network. Right now, we're getting word that the press conference is about to begin to announce the YMSL All-Stars for this Memorial Day matchup. And right after our break, we'll head over to the